Hello and a big welcome to the channel. I'm the Motorsport Madman and this is Friday Practice 2 ahead of the 2022 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. If you are new to the channel, if you are a Formula 1 fan, get yourself subscribed because if F1's on, I'm on. This is Practice 2 ahead of the final Grand Prix of the season, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. So yeah, welcome in. Please do drop me a like as well. That really helps me out. And yeah, just as Chris is saying, cheers Chris. Welcome in. Ryan tunes in as well. How are we doing, guys? Voice volume a little low. Oh, I know why. No, it's because there's music. It's because of music. It's because of music. It's because of music. Yeah, no, whack that off. Thing is, if I put the mic if I put the volume too high for the mic, it gets all distorted and it's not too good. Right, we're going to try out again. Right, take 2. We're going for the live GPS again. I've done it in a different way. The timing board's different because it's not from the F1 website. This is from a different website. So we'll see. We'll see. Because the thing is, I'm testing for next season. That's what I'm doing, you see. And it's not the race. You know, it's only practice anyway. So if it goes wrong, do you know what I mean? Am I really, you know? We won't lose any sleep over it if this doesn't work, will we? You know what I mean? FP2. Now this is the time to test things. If it works, mint. I'll be able to. If this works and it looks good, I'll try and rig it up for next season in a way that looks better than it does now. Because at the minute it just looks like a website slapped on, which is exactly what it is. You know, it's not looking great, but if it works, what I'd like to do is have the track full screen, but then I'd lose the timings. I'm trying to rig something up because I think the track with the cars going round full screen would look good. If I could get rid of like all the backgrounds, so you literally just see the stripe of the circuit, no background. Bang, full screen with a good picture behind, I don't know, and then some kind of timing list down on that side. Boom, just the names. Then we might be cooking on gas. You see, it's just you know. And then next season, it can start looking good. Drinking, what? 1 p.m. 1 p.m. No, yeah, I'm drinking orange juice. Ooh, it's dodgy orange juice, this. What's in that? Bloody hell, mate. What have you got in that? Right, headphones on, right. Now, we'll see what happens tonight. I might text Denver, see if he's about tonight, see what he's... Mind you, it's already tonight in Thailand, so, I don't know. See if he fancies a sesh. But he might be on World Cup preparation, you see. He might not want to get steaming because he might be on a World Cup prep. You know what I mean? You don't be hungover for like opening game of the World Cup, do you? But yeah. Latifi in 5th. Hey, Chris. Me and you. Let me turn this down. Chris, me and you have both lost our drivers. Chris, who are we going to support next year? Latifi's gone. Schumacher gone. Also, 4-time world champion Sebastian Vettel gone as well. Yeah, Vettel gone. Ricardo gone. Who are we going to support? Who are you going for next season? This is in fact, I wrote down, this is the grid. And the handwriting. You have to forgive the handwriting. Wait there. This is professional, this. Right, forgive the handwriting. Right, that's next year's grid. Right, that's next year's grid. Verstappen, Perez, Leclerc, Sainz, Russell, Hamilton, Ocon, Gasly, Norris, Piastri, Bottas, Zhou, Stroll, Alonso, Magnussen, Hulkenberg, Tsunoda, De Vries, Albon, Sargent. Who are we going for, Chris, next season? I'm thinking, for me, I'm thinking either Piastri. He's a new boy at McLaren with Norris. I'm thinking either Piastri or Albon, maybe. Or Gasly at Alpine. Yeah, for me, I think I'm either going to support Piastri at McLaren or Gasly at Alpine. Yeah, probably one of them. Yeah, one of them. Yeah, I might be Pierre Gasly it, lad. Because I've always liked Pierre Gasly, and now he's got a breakthrough. Ocon. Yes, Farhan, welcome in, mate. Who are you supporting next year, Farhan? Because my driver's been kicked out, bro. You know, my driver's right. Let's see if the GPS works. I'll be buzzing if this works. If it doesn't, then I'll just go back to the old way where it's just, you know our normal have it. But hopefully we should see. Ooh, we should see him going round. Yeah, exciting times. No, but I think for me next season, I'll either be sat here in a McLaren top on a Piastri mode, or a Gasly. I reckon Alpine. I reckon I go Gasly. I reckon I go Gasly Alpine. You're supporting me. Get in there, Farron. You know the thing. I think I'll go Gasly Alpine. Oh, look at this. Is it working? Oi. It might be on a cheeky working one. Oh, can we see the cars? Oh, we can see the cars, brother. Let me just change the. Let me just mess with this. Let me mess with the colours. Oh no! Don't lag out! Don't lag out! Don't lag out! Hey yo! I pressed the wrong thing. Yeah, we can have it full screen. I pressed the wrong thing now. I am a donut. Oh, I am a donut. I pressed the wrong thing now. Right. Let me go back to this. Let me go back to this. So this is just testing for 2023. This is what I'm doing. I'm seeing what I can do for next season. You see, because I've got to have it looking better. Because this season's been dead. I've got to have it looking better next season. Right. So, which colours are better? Wait there. No, that ain't the one. No. That's what. So in that mode, they're all yellow dots. What's this mode? No, that's the one. I think that's the best one. Right. What are we saying? I don't know. It doesn't look right, does it? It's not right yet. I've got to tweak it. I've got to tweak it and mess with it. Basically. I don't know. I don't like it. It's annoying that I've got that bit at the top that I can't, because if I stretch it out any more, I can't make it any bigger, and I want to make it bigger. I want it full screen. I mean, I could put it like, I could put it like that. I mean, I could get rid of. I tell you what, might be better. Right, get rid of that. Sling that. Yeah, this is better. Right, so we sling that. I know it's froze because it's gonna freeze at the minute because I'm just messing about. I know it's froze, right? But what about? Yeah, that's better without the background. Just sling it. Put it there, right? Let's unfreeze it. How's that? It's laggy though. Is it laggy though? Because it's dead if it's laggy. What are we saying about that? Stream has the listings on normal YouTube, Rob. Looks like they've spotted you. Have they? Have they spotted me? Have I been spotted? Ooh. Cheers, Mark. Yeah, I reckon that's alright. I don't know. I mean, I think it's a little bit laggy in it, but Yeah, I think I tweaked this and come back kicking 2023. I'll have a tweaked version of this. Yeah. And then we'll be kicking. Yeah. Yeah, you can read the times. Yeah, man. And then let me get the timer up. Apologies if it's just frozen a minute, just while I get this. We might as well get the timer up. My stream. Why is it gone? Where's it gone? Stream. There we go. Right, so there's 55. I go. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Right, we'll get that going. Right, so now we're cooking on gas. We've got a timing on, so we know how long's left to go. There we go. How's that? 2023 settings. Something like this. What do you reckon? Let's go. You know I'm not pedantic, but it looks a lot better. Yeah, I think so. I think messing around trying to have a fancy background image is actually more of a hindrance. You're better off just a black background because there's so much going on. So the nice little sunset image or image of the track, it's not actually worth it. You're better off just rocking a plain background because, yeah. Yeah, it's not bad, this. I would prefer if the circuit was full screen with just a list of what positions the drivers were in on this side, just the list of the positions and the track full screen. I prefer that, but you know what I mean? I'm not a genius. I can't do that. Denver might be able to do that. I'll have a word with Denver. He might be able to rig me up. You know what I mean? He'd be on a coding one. And he'll rig me up. But, yeah. Can read the ticker tape too. Ticker tape. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're alright, innit? This is an experiment, you see. Yeah, it's good. Because it's just practice as well. I thought I might as well try it. I did try it in a couple of races, but everything was white, and I was, nah, this is better because it's more embedded. Yeah, interesting. Let's see how we go with this. But anyway, on with the session. What's happening? This is actually relevant, this session, because FP1 was half of the grid was development drivers, reserve drivers, test drivers, and also it was earlier in the day, which is not representative. But now, this is the time that the race will start, so the race will be just underway on Sunday at this time. So it's sunset. We're on a dusk in Abu Dhabi. So it's relevant in terms of temperatures, and now the normal race drivers are back in the cars. So much more representative session. We can start to look at who's looking quick and who's not. It was a Mercedes 1-2 in FP1, Jack Aitken in the Williams garage there. But yeah, it was a Mercedes 1-2 in FP1. So you know, they're looking good. Our Mercedes coming off the back of the victory in Brazil. Has Hamilton got a problem not being on the circuit? I don't know. They've not said anything, but you're right. Yeah, he's not. He's just about the only one that's not out there looking at that GPS. Pretty much everyone else is out and about. But Lewis. Yeah, lap 1. So he might have just done a He's on an out lap now, I think. He might have just done an... is he out there? Can we see his name? Can we see the ham going round? Oh, he's moving now. He's on the move, Chris. He's on the move. He's on the move. I can't actually see him on the map. Can we see him? Leclerc with the early pace then. Danke Seb, it says in the Aston Martin garage. Thank you, Seb. Final Grand Prix weekend for Sebastian Vettel. Do you know, it's a luxury to be able to retire from Formula One. Not many drivers get to the point where they retire from Formula One. Most of them get dropped before. Most people get dropped before they even reach retirement. You know what I mean? Most of them are pushed before they jump out of Formula One. It's kind of rare that a driver chooses to retire. You know what I mean? It's mad. It's actually quite rare. When I think about driver retirements in F1, like they've got to the point where it's their choice to stop. You talk about Jenson Button, Kimi Räikkönen, Sebastian Vettel. I don't really know many more than that over the last 15 years. Who else is retired? It doesn't really happen. You sort of just fade away. Unless you'd have been an absolute legend. Like Fernando Alonso will have the probably the luxury of retiring. He won't just get dropped, I don't think. But Hamilton will be able to retire. But they don't all have that luxury. You mean Roman Grosjean? He never got to retire, did he? He had like 12 years in the game. Well, no, probably about 10 years. He had like a 10-year career. He didn't retire. He just got replaced. Heavy. Will Sergio Perez get to retire, or will he just eventually be dropped? Do you know what I mean? It's a luxury. Massa Rosberg, yeah, Massa. Although Massa was on the way out, though, innit? I think Felipe Massa is kind of like, you know what I mean? Hey, have you had enough, Felipe? Have you had enough? No, mind you, they brought him back though, because he retired, and then they did another year, didn't they? So I'm chatting rubbish because they wanted him back again. So I don't know, but they don't all retire, do they? But yeah, Rosberg's was crazy though, wasn't it? Rosberg winning the championship and pulling the plug the next day was crazy. He retired at like 30, didn't he? 31, something like that. Bang, retire. I wonder if he ever regretted that. I wonder if Rosberg, a year on, thought, I've really pulled the plug here, and it's I don't know, mate. It seems a bit mad that to just retire at like 30, 31. Just pull the plug on it all. I mean, there's the argument like retire at the top and all that. He'd beaten Lewis fair and square, and pull out with leave him. What's that old magician thing? Always leave him wanting more. Old like entertainers saying, isn't it? Always leave him wanting more. He went for that route. Oh, Lewis not happy with was it Valtteri with Magnussen? Yeah, Lewis not happy with Kevin there being held up on a flying lap, but it's only practice, Lewis. You'll live to fight another day. But yeah, Massa and Rosberg, yeah. Daniel Ricciardo, will he get to retire? Probably not now. Probably not. This is his retirement at 32. Do you know what I mean? Heavy. In fact, I think in between sessions, I got a notification on my phone. I don't know where my phone is actually. Over there. Anyway, I got a notification. I think that. I think Ricciardo's been confirmed at Red Bull. Oh, reserve driver. Yeah, I think that's happened. I think that's done. Ricciardo to be the Red Bull reserve. And then if there's a massive fallout between Verstappen and Perez, you never know. He could find a way back in. Or maybe if Tsunoda has a tragic season next season, you know what I mean? He could end up back in the AlphaTauri. You never know. And they're just saying actually on Sky that Mick Schumacher's favourite to be the test and reserve driver for Mercedes, which it's not too bad. It's not, it's not too bad. I mean, it's not what it's not what he'll want. He'll want to be on the grid, obviously. He's 23, he's at the beginning of his career, and he's on the sidelines, which is not ideal. But if you're going to be on the sidelines, being at Mercedes is not a bad place to be, is it? Better being on the sidelines at Mercedes than being on the sidelines at Haas. You know what I mean? So, Lewis twists an ankle, has a bit of food poisoning or something. Yeah. Boom! Mick wins the race. Mick subs in. Imagine that. Imagine, God forbid, something happens to a Mercedes driver next season. Mick Schumacher all of a sudden in a winning car. Career back on. Could you imagine if Mick subs in and wins the race? Oh, mate, then that reinvigorates. Oh, that would be incredible. Anyway, I'm reading far too much into it. That was not going to happen, but Mercedes reserve drivers, it's not that much of a kick in the teeth, that though. It's not a bad place to land, really, considering you've been dropped. If you're going to be dropped from Formula 1, being a Mercedes reserve, probably your next best thing, really, as Verstappen goes quickest on the soft tyre, 25.5. A full 6/10 quicker than Leclerc, but everyone else is a set of lap times on the mediums, apart from the guys at the bottom, your Hasses and, they're on the hard tyres at the bottom end but everyone else on the timing screens on the medium, apart from the latest lap from Verstappen there. Verstappen with the shiny golden helmet for Abu Dhabi Special. World champion. In fact, no, he's had that for the last couple of races, hasn't he? Max Verstappen, he's world champion crash helmet for the last few races of the season. Yeah. Mexicans are in. Mexicans in Abu Dhabi. Wow, that's a long way to go, isn't it? That is a long way. I mean, that is probably, if you're in Mexico, probably going to the Middle East, it's probably about as far away as you can go before you start coming back. Man, that's a few flights, that is. You've probably got a bit further, probably China. And you start coming back round again. Yeah, probably China a bit further, but still. Ocon and Albion, like West Bromwich Albion. Missed a season and got back in. Exactly. That's what I'm praying for. Yeah. I'd actually forgotten about Ocon. Yeah, Ocon did a season on the sidelines, didn't he? I can't remember which year. What was it, like 2016 or was it 17? Was he on the sideline? He was on the sidelines, wasn't he? Because he was at Manor. Whatever they called it. He was at there. He was at Manor. And then what? Then he had a year out and then come back with Force India, wasn't it? Yeah, I'd forgotten about that. I was like, maybe he missed 20 Did he miss 2017, Ocon? That'd be my guess. Something like that. Anyway, yeah, he missed a year, come back, and now, you know, he's doing very well, Esteban Ocon. I think he's 8th in the championship, something like 86 points. He's had a good season. And, you know, so he's come back stronger. Alexander Albon as well, like you say. Missed last season on the sidelines, and then back in and driving well. I'm a bit of an Albon fan, to be fair. I think Albon is the most humble in a way, the most relatable. I feel like Alexander Albon is the most human, like the most. I feel like I could just get on with it and just have a chat. He's not like a celebrity. He's just a normal guy. Yeah, that's the best way I can describe. He's like a normal guy that's just made it big. So I can see why someone would be an Alexander Albon fan, because it's like he's just a nice guy. He's just a genuine, humble. You know what I mean? He's not like a prima donna. Like, because a lot of them have massive egos. You know what I mean? A lot of them, you know, look at Max and Charles and Lewis and Fernando. You know, they've got massive egos, you know. But Alexander Albon's just a normal guy. So I am a bit of a fan, really. But I think next season I might go. I might be sat here Alpine, because at the moment I'm Haas. I always Haas. But Mick's gone. I'm really rating the Magnussen-Hulkenberg setup. No, to tell you the truth. I'm not rating the Magnussen-Hulkenberg setup. That's nah. I'm switching. That's the thing in F1. I can dip about. I think I go Gasly Alpine. I think, yeah, I rate that. I go all in on Pierre Gasly, because I've always liked Pierre Gasly, but this is the big breakthrough. This is Pierre Gasly's time now. Yeah, we'll go Pierre Gasly. They could be like this on stream all next season. Pierre Gasly. Blue Alpine top. Yeah, that works. We're having it. Gasly Alpine 2023. I'm having it. Over and over and... yeah, Ocon and Albert. Yeah, he's the most down to earth. He definitely... Yeah. Watched a documentary on his life when he was a kid. His mum got sent to... I know, I've heard about this. And think it was he had to support his family, or his side racing. Yeah, I've seen something about that. He's from like humble / dodgy beginnings. Yeah, his mum got locked up. It's not the typical story, is it, Alexander Albon? You know, it's not like the cliche of like Charles Leclerc, where it's like born in Monaco, unlimited money. He's not had an easy ride, Alexander Albon. I feel like he's there on more on pure talent than just right place, right time and all that. You know, I feel like Charles Leclerc was always going to be in Formula One. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's just sort of born... I don't know. He gets massive support along the way. But yeah, Alex is not your typical story. Definitely not. But yeah, I got Pierre Gasly. Alpine. Yeah. It'd be interesting to see Alonso at Aston Martin as well. That might be something to rep as well. Alonso at Aston Martin's going to be interesting, you know. And so is Piastri. Piastri at McLaren as well. But I've never been a massive McLaren. I don't know what it is about McLaren. I just don't get it. I'm just not on that ship. And loads of people, McLaren, I think McLaren are the most popular team. You know, like with the biggest fan base, you know, especially in the UK. But I'm just not on that boat, man. I've never been on that ship. It's never really grabbed me. So, I don't know, that's the only thing. Although I think Piastri will be exciting, though. I think Piastri will be exciting. Alright, there the Anto. Welcome in, Anto. How we doing? How's your Friday going? Welcome to FP2 Live. We've got GPS on now. Oh, we're going places. Yeah. No, I'm just testing for 2023. I'll have for 2023. I might have this, but with like tweaked, yeah, tweaked version of this. Yeah, we'll rig it up. We'll rig up something that looks good in it. I'll have a better microphone and stuff. Yeah, we can upgrade, don't we? See what happens. But yeah, we're nearly halfway through the session, and it's now a Red Bull 1-2 as Perez goes second quickest. Verstappen, Perez. It is, and then the two Ferraris now third and fourth with Sainz 8/10 off the pace. He's just set a lap there. Leclerc goes P2 then, so they're coming out on the soft tyres now and setting laps, starting to show the pace. And Ocon goes P4 then on a 26 flat, 7/10 off the pace. So it's Verstappen, Leclerc, Perez, Ocon, Sainz, Bottas, top six. They're talking about Sebastian Vettel's. They're talking about Sebastian Vettel's ruthlessness to win back in the day. Because he's so mellow now. I think that's what the point they're making is that Vettel's so mellow and so nice and so like happy and friendly, and you forget that in Vettel's in his championship winning days, he was ruthless. He was absolutely stone-faced killer. He was ruthless. And you forget that now. Vettel's just like the dad of the grid, happy-go-lucky, chilling. He's sort of like even like got like hippie vibes. He's sort of like got hippie vibes, hasn't he, Sebastian Vettel these days? He's like something straight out of the 1970s hippie movement. He's definite. But back in the day, 10 years ago, Vettel was ruthless. And they're just quoting it. They're just talking about when he was teammates with Mark Webber and how ruthless he was, like saying, he didn't care about team orders. I was faster. I overtook him. I won. It just shows how much he's mellowed out into his 30s. And now on his final Grand Prix weekend. I think he's retired a couple of years too soon, tell you the truth. Is Albon still under the Red Bull programme? Think would he be a perfect fit for McLaren? Yeah, Albon at McLaren. I've never heard that one before. Yeah. No, I don't think he's with in the Red Bull thing anymore. Or is he? Has Alex still got Red Bull logos on his helmet? I feel like he has, actually. I don't know, that's a good one, that. I'm not sure if Alex is still within the Red Bull system or not. I seem to think that he's got Red Bull logos on his crash helmet. Maybe not anymore. I don't know. Good one, that. But Alex, I think if Alex has a good season next season, like a standout, then he might be thinking about moving back up the grid again. But the thing is, he'd be happy at Williams at the moment because it's some stability to his career. Because he's been thrown around a little bit. He's in AlphaTauri, and then he's straight in Red Bull. Then he's back to AlphaTauri. And he's dropped. He's been flung from pillar to post, Alex. So he'd be happy to have a bit of stability at Williams for now. But if he has a standout season next season, he might start thinking, is there any way I can start coming back up the grid? So yeah, McLaren. Mind you, though, Norris and Piastri, I think that's going to be that's McLaren done for 5 years. I think, unless they have a massive fallout, I think Piastri will be good, maybe even great, and obviously Norris is really good as well. So I think McLaren is set for now. They're both young. I think Norris and Piastri are both about 23. So they're both under 25. I reckon McLaren are set. I don't think McLaren will change their driver lineup now. Well, it depends. I mean, we don't know how good Piastri is going to be. But I'd a guess at this point. I think McLaren until 2028, they're set. Something like that. Unless Norris... I don't know. Norris has signed a long deal as well, hasn't he? I think Norris has signed up for 3 or 4 years. So, yeah, I think they're all right, my lad. Remember his rivalry with Webber in 2010? Yes, it's 2012, the Turkey crash. Webber winning the British Grand Prix, saying not bad for number 2 driver. Yeah, that was peak F1, that. In Jam's epistle last night, I was lit. Oh, was you? Was you on one? Was you, Anto? I didn't really drink. I just had one rum and coke, a big one. But I didn't get absolutely, do you know what I mean? Thursday night. See if Denver does what, I don't know what's happening. I don't know if there's going to be one time. But yeah, back to Gav's comment. Yeah. Yeah, Chris. Anyway, you live once, don't you? Yeah, Webber, that rivalry with Webber, back in them days, Vettel was ruthless, man. You know, he's so mellow now, like I was saying, but back when he was in his championship winning days, Seb was a beast. He was on it. You were fully on it, was you, Anto? And that crash at Turkey, David Coulthard giving it that, oh no, that's got to be the worst bit of commentary I've ever heard, that when the 2 Red Bulls crashed and here comes Vettel, oh no. You know what I mean? It was one of the most dramatic moments in Formula 1 history. And all we got on commentary was, oh no. Tragic. I'd have been falling off my chair, me. If I was on a commentary mode watching that, I mean, God knows how I reacted when I was watching that. I mean, how old would I have been? 2010. I was about 18. Yeah, about 18. I'd have been screaming at the TV. Back in them days. Oh, yeah. David Coulthard with it. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah, oh, no. Poor David. I'd say he only lasted 1 year in the commentary box, didn't he, David Coulthard? Yeah, they soon got rid of that. That was a 1 year wonder, that. Do you remember Jonathan Ledyard? He was bad as well, wasn't he? Jonathan Ledyard with the "It's Brawn from Brawn, Red Bull from Red Bull." Yeah, a full year of saying that. A full season just going, "It's Brawn from Brawn, Red Bull from Red Bull." Jesus. He only did a couple of years, Jonathan Ledyard. And then, but the best commentator other than, you've got Murray Walker, he's a legend. But other than that, my favourite was James Allen. James Allen, ITV, 2008. That was serious commentary. That was really good. I don't know why Sky should have got James Allen. Crofty's all right. Crofty's good, isn't he? Crofty's good. But James Allen was really good. James Allen was really good. You watch the final laps of the 2008 Belgian Grand Prix when it was Hamilton versus Raikkonen, and it started to rain with 3 laps to go, and the commentary is just the commentary, the drama. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And he's like, and Hamilton goes for it again. They touch again. Amazing action here at Spa-Francorchamps. It was just like, that was 10 out of 10 commentary. You know what I mean? Hamilton diving round the outside, and they touch again. You know what I mean? That was proper. He was good, James Allen. Sky should have got him. James Allen and Martin Brundle in the commentary box with Ted Kravitz in the pit lane. That's the perfect lineup. Unless they get me in, you know what I mean? Imagine. Yeah, they get me in for a practice session on the Sky commentary. Imagine that. I probably shit a brick. Oh, that'd be funny. 23 and a half minutes ago. It's been action-packed. Action-packed. Anyway, everyone's done a lap now on the soft tyre while I've been waffling on about James Allen being a good commentator. Max Verstappen now quickest by a 1/10.5 over George Russell. So it's Verstappen, Russell, Leclerc. Both Mercs in the top 4. It's looking close. Look at that then. So it's Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari. Mercedes, Red Bull, Ferrari. And half a second between the lot of them, between the top 6. Then the 2 Alpines, 7th and 8th. Ricciardo, P9. Bottas, P10. Norris. Vettel, Zhou. Stroll, Tsunoda, Albon. And then 2 Haas at the bottom. Schumacher, Magnussen, 17th, 18th. Pierre Gasly. And I might be saying that a lot next season. Gasly. Down in P19, so not a lot to cheer about. And Nicky Latifi, you guessed it, 20th. Yeah, Latifi last, bro. Is heavy, Chris. What's that emoji, by the way, Chris? I have never seen that in my life. That's gotta be new, that. I've never seen that emoji in my entire life. Verstappen, purple, middle sector then, quickest of anybody. Purple crying face, I've never seen that. Verstappen, purple, middle sector anyway. Will he have a crying face by the end of this weekend? Maybe. If he gets beaten by Lewis. We're on board. Helmet cam with Verstappen through the final sector then. Round the second to last corner. They've changed this final sector. It's much more smooth to drive. It used to be like 90-degree corners. They've really made it a lot easier, a lot smoother, that last sector. Where they go... because they've deleted, they used to have that like triple chicane thing. They've changed this circuit quite a lot. from the changes were made from 2020 to 2021. So they turned up last year, a completely different circuit, really. They changed the first sector. What the hell is Charles Leclerc's wheel? Just got a shot of the left rear of Charles Leclerc. It looked like something made out of plastic. But anyway, they've made a lot of changes, because Sector 1 had a chicane and then the hairpin. Now they just go straight down to the hairpin, and the hairpin's been opened up and widened, and it's not as tight as it was. So yeah, they've changed Sector 1. Then down the second straight, the end of the second straight, where I'm covering it, where that down there. I'm going to move out of the way. Down here, right? This is different as well, because that didn't just loop round. That went left, right, left. Had like a triple chicane, and then they went over here and then cut in. I can't do it. It's all back to front. So they've changed all that, and then they've changed all this as well. That was flat out as always, but then they've opened this corner up. I can't do it. It's all mirrored. And then all this final sector has all been changed. All the corners are all quicker. Because it was kind of stop-start. It was kind of like 90-degree right, off camber, 90-degree left, 90-degree left off camber. And then it was like, drop it down a couple of gears, chuck it into the second to last. Now, the second to last corner's near enough flat out, I think. So they've made it better, I think. Well, I don't know. I think I'm just used to the old Abu Dhabi layout, so I probably prefer the old layout, but that's just because I'm used to it. When I drive it on the F1 game. Same with Australia. They made changes to Australia. Got rid of a couple of corners in Australia and just made like a massive straight. And I don't actually rate it. I don't actually think they've made it better in Australia. I think they've made it worse. I don't actually rate the changes in Australia. Getting rid of turn. What did they get rid of? What would it be? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They got rid of turn 8 and 9. And just made a big straight now. And then this, they've messed with it too much as well, I think. But maybe it makes for better racing. Maybe the drivers prefer it. A bit smoother, innit? Has it got the... But yeah, less than 18 minutes ago. They're on an ad break, so I don't know what's really going on. But who are you supporting next year, Chris? You've got no Latifi. You're going to tie your mask to someone else. Who are you going for, Chris? Ocon. Yeah, that's a good shout, that. Hey, it'd be me versus you at Alpine. Yeah, we'll have that, Chris. I'll be Gasly. You go Ocon. And we'll go head to head. Yeah, we'll go head to head. Exactly. Oh, it'll be a good battle as well, you know. Gasly v Ocon. I reckon it'll be absolute fireworks as well, that. Yeah, we'll go head to head. Ocon's good. Yeah, we'll go head to head. We'll have it. I've never seen that as well. A trophy with a smile. Trophy with a face on it. Where are you getting these emojis from, man? Is this a new update or what? I've never seen these. We're on board Yuki Tsunoda at the chicane. Oh. New YouTube ones, is it? Ah, I see. Let me have a look. Oh, I've got to sign in to chat. It's my stream. I was just sign in to chat, bro. I can't even chat in my own chat. Well, I can. I could do it on my phone, but it's one of them. You're going out as she allows you. Good luck, Anto. Good luck, mate. All the best. Sonoda sets a 1 minute 30.7. He ain't. He's not troubling the guys at the top with that, but he's on a long run. I think he's on the hard tyres on the long run, so let's not be cruel. So yeah, with 15 minutes to go, it's Verstappen on a 25.1, who's quickest. 3.5 tenths quicker than George Russell. Half a second quicker than Leclerc. I wish the times were closer, I'm not going to lie. I wish the times were closer. It seemed a lot closer in Brazil, but then again in Brazil's a 1 minute 10 lap. This is a 1 minute 25, so it's the gaps are going to be a little bit bigger than they were in Brazil or Mexico, aren't they? But still, I would be hoping for it to be a bit closer. But you never know. There's still 14 minutes to go. Maybe Mercedes can show that they've got it. Can Ferrari improve from being half a second off? I hope so. What the hell's this pop-up? Don't miss a moment. What the hell? Oh my God! No way! Yeah. Oh, bloody flipping pop-ups on the computer. Not what I need, is it? Midstream. Some like random spam. Stay secure with McAfee. Don't miss a moment. I don't care, bruv. Go away. Oh, I don't know. George Russell on the medium tyre. No, there we go. I'm not an emoji guy, but these are okay. I'm an emoji guy. Ooh, Martin with a nice viewing point there under the hotel. Mick was done over for a worse driver. Mick was done over. Oh, Mick has been done over, man. Yeah, Mick done over for a worse driver. I don't know if it's worse. It's just he's just at the wrong end of his career. You know, Nico Hulkenberg is he'll do a job. You know, he's not terrible, is he? But it's just a uninspiring decision to drop a 23-year-old with an entire career ahead of him for a 36-year-old who's done it. It's game over. But it's not game over. But it should be game over. Nah, it's a really uninspiring one, that, for Haas to go Hulkenberg. I don't know, maybe they're under pressure from someone who's... Maybe they're under pressure from someone high up who's gone. Maybe they're under pressure from Gene Haas. Or maybe it's gone to Steiner's decision, I don't know. And they've gone, listen, we can't have someone who's going to crash 3 or 4 times a season and write off the car and cost us millions. So get Nico Hulkenberg in, because he's a safe pair of hands. He's had 10 years in the game. He knows what he's doing. He'll get us the odd point here and there. Play it safe. That's exactly what they've done. They've played it horribly safe. This is Formula 1. Show some ambition. I wouldn't have even, like I said in FP1, I wouldn't have even minded so much if they'd have dropped Mick for another youngster. All right. Mick hasn't been phenomenal, so give another youngster a go. I'd have been more accepting about that. I'd have been like, well, you know, it is what it is. But to drop him for Hulkenberg, bruv. The most outstanding moment of Hulkenberg's career came 13 years ago in Brazil with a pole position. 12, 13 years ago. And that was his standout moment in his career. A pole position in mixed conditions 12 years ago. Why is this a thing? I think he holds the record for most races without being on the podium. I think Hulkenberg, which it's not the record you want, is it? It's not the record you want. That most races without a podium. Yeah, heavy settings. There's a problem with the McLaren in the garage. I don't know if it's in Ricciardo's car with smoke coming out of the. He's sat in the garage with the car smoking away behind him. One of them. No, it doesn't look good, but you never know. Ricciardo with his special edition lid as well for this weekend. Bright pink and gold. Well, he'll stand out, I'll tell you that. Yeah, too safe, Anto. Exactly, too safe, man. Too safe. You got to show some. You got to risk it a bit, but I think as well. Another argument for Mick is that Haas have secured a big sponsorship deal for next season, so they're not short of money anymore. Well, that's how I understand it. I think they said that they'll be right on the budget cap now, so the Haas can spend as much as anybody else. That's how I see it. So it's not like, you know, they've got a big sponsorship deal. I can't remember the name of the company. It's already on the car. There's the sponsor, but it's his title sponsor. You know, so it's big money. It's tens of millions. So could they not afford a couple of Mick Schumacher incidents? I mean, it's not really a defence, is it? He's going to crash, but you can afford it. I'm scraping the barrel. I'm scraping the barrel in terms of arguments on that one. But, you know, it's not going to bankrupt him if Mick ditches it in the wall next season, is it? Oh, Mick. I wish Mick had a better season. I can't lie. He had a couple of good races, didn't he? Austria, I think, and British Grand Prix. I think he was 8th and 6th or something like that. I think he was 6th. I remember whether it was Austria or Britain. He was 6th in what I think it might have been the British Grand Prix. I think he was 6th. And at that point, I was like, here we go. You know, the time is now. Nope. It was a flash in the pan. It was a flash ever since. Oh, no. It is what it is. 7.5 minutes to go then. Is that Lando with the... I like Lando's crash helmet this weekend. I tell you what, the rate at which they're changing the crash helmets now, we're going back to like 2012 settings here. Does anyone remember the days when Sebastian Vettel used to change his crash helmet in between sessions? He'd have different designs for different sessions. And then they brought in a rule, didn't they? Right, you've got to keep the same helmet design for a whole season. But that's obviously a lot more relaxed now because we're seeing special edition crash helmets every single week, which is good and bad. It's good and bad. Oh, was we lagging? Was I lagging? I saw a bit. I saw it was lagging a bit in FP1. I do apologise for that. I don't know what's going on. We'll reboot the internet for tomorrow. Yeah. Or reboot. Yeah, apologies for that if it lagged. Yeah. I'll reboot it. Not right now, but Hopefully with no issues tomorrow. Tomorrow, by the way, it's what are the times? What are the times? In fact, I'll never mess about with that. So tomorrow, it's practice 3 at 10:30, qualifying 2 p.m. So I'll be live, what, 1:45 or something like that. This is UK time, of course. Yeah, quali 2 p.m. tomorrow. And then the race 1 p.m. on Sunday. So I'll go live like 12:30 and do a bit of a build up to the race on Sunday. But yeah, so quali 2 p.m. tomorrow. I'll do the final practice session at 10:30. You know, why not? In for a penny, in for a pound. Chris Pound coin. Hamilton with the toe into... Yeah, turn 9. Yeah, they're just saying that race pace looks similar between the Red Bull and Mercedes, which is good news. So yeah, practice 3, 10:30 tomorrow, then quali 2, race 1 p.m. Sunday. So, and then that'll be it until March the 3rd. Yeah, when it'll be practice for Australia, March the 3rd. So not Australia. Oh, that's an old habit. Bahrain. Mind you, I'll probably do pre-season testing if I'm not working in that. We'll see what's going on. But it's bridging the next 12 weeks is going to be a boo for Mick. I know. I say just let Vettel win it. DB choice. Welcome in. Yeah, let Vettel win it. Yeah, well, a hollow victory that though, wouldn't it? If they let him win it, can you imagine they did it for like a sentimental value? They let Vettel win it. It's like it'd be a hollow win that though. Imagine what would they do if everyone did just let him win? Could you imagine that? If everyone went, let's just let him win. Oh, that would be mad. That would imagine they did that. And they all just let him win. That would never happen. But imagine if it did. That'd change the sport forever. That would. No, you can't. Imagine that. What would happen there in that scenario? He's ruined the game then. Imagine that, they let him win. It's your last race. They all go on a sentimental one, you know, tear in their eye, let him win it. Ooh. Oh, my phone's beeping over there. But yeah, DB, boo for Mick. I know, I'm gutted, mate. I'm gutted. I hope he'll be back. It looks like he's going to be Mercedes reserve driver. Reserve test, whatever. Stood in a garage for a year. We're going to see Mick Schumacher stood in a garage for a year wearing Mercedes gear. So, you know, I'm prepared. No, obviously he's hard at work. He'll do like simulator work and all the rest of it. But he's not ideal. But if you're going to be a reserve driver for Mercedes, not a bad one, is it? So, you know, every cloud. That'll be like us letting you win GeoGuess. Hey, listen, Chris, I've had a few good guesses on there. I remember one in Lesotho, which well, you probably know. I didn't know until GeoGuessr. Lesotho, country within a country. It's within South Africa. It's country in a country. Yeah. And I got it, and not only did I get that it was Lesotho, I got the correct road in Lesotho. Oh, yeah, mate. Now that's a guess. Now that's a GeoGuessr win. I also got one in Slovakia that was bang on as well. You know, I've had my moments. I've had my moments, Chris. I've had my moments on there. Although I have had a couple of bad moments as well. Full send on London when it was in the middle of Manchester comes to mind. But, you know, we all make mistakes. It wouldn't mess things up because race for second points. It wouldn't mess things up. What if they just let him win? It'd mess up the whole sport, though, because it sets a weird precedent of, like, wait a minute. Do you know what I mean? It's like two football teams playing each other and one team lets the other score a goal. What do you do? You wait a minute. This isn't the idea. This isn't what this is about. It changes the whole... I don't know what would happen if they did that. Because then... What's the point? Why is anyone doing this? You know what I mean? No, they'd never happen. But if it did, it would be weird. Oh, Milk Street, you called me a liar saying... On that too, saying street doesn't even exist. A Milk Street. I've never heard of it. But then again, it's not like I'm down, you know, downtown Manchester every week. You know what I mean? I've probably been a dozen times in my life, to tell you the truth. Right, like Manchester City Centre. I've probably been 15 times. Ever. You know, so I'm not like, it's not like I'm down middle of Manchester every week. So I mean, obviously I know Piccadilly Gardens and that. I should have known. I'm making excuses. I should have known. I should have known, but it's not like I'm down there every week. Do you know what I mean? I saw skyscrapers. I went bang, London, and I was like, oh no. Anyway, that's FP2. GeoGuessr nightmare on that one. That's FP2 done. Verstappen, Russell, Leclerc, Hamilton, Perez, Sainz. So the top six of the top six, the top three teams of the top six, as is, you know. Alpine 7th and 8th, not bad from them. I think they've done it. I think Alpine have beaten McLaren now. Alpine are going to secure the P4 and the extra prize money that comes with that, unless it's some sort of disaster class, you know, and McLaren are like both on the podium. Yeah, I think Alpine have got P4 in the bag after Brazil, and they're looking decent again. And then what have we got? Then we've got Ricciardo P9, so, you know, he's doing all right. Bottas, Norris, Vettel, Zhou, Stroll, so Aston Martin 12th and 14th. And Tsunoda, Albon, Schumacher, Magnussen, Gasly, Latifi. Why Gasly so off the pace? How much is he? 1.9 seconds off. And why is he 4/10 slower than Tsunoda as well? Come on, Pierre. Oh, what's going on there? A gap between Albon and Latifi as well is more than half a second. Brutal. But yeah, that's about it, guys. Thanks for joining me on this Friday. Hope you enjoyed it. Drop me a like if you have. We've just had a bit of a chat, haven't we? Let's face it. But like I was saying, qualify it. Well, I'll do practice 3 at 10:30. That'll just be another chat. But then once we get into quali, 2 p.m. Tomorrow, so I'll be live, you know, quarter to 2, 10 to 2, something like that. Then we get into the proper, you know, proper bones of it. We get into the proper, you know, we go full commentary beans. 2 p.m. tomorrow, so join me for that. But that's been Friday practice in Abu Dhabi. I mean, it's not been, you know, it's not been unbelievable, has it? But we always have a laugh. Right. Yeah, join me tomorrow. Well, I got some echo, got some like reverb going on. Oh, has that song been on the whole time? I apologise if that music was on the entire time. Anyway, yeah, tomorrow 1:45, quali, or 10:30 if you're going to for the final practice session, and then 1 p.m. Sunday for the race. I've been the motorsport madman. This has been Friday practice 2. That's as much as you're getting. Okay. Listen, I'll make a public embarrassment of myself on a Demcast, but not on my own channel. I said that to Sean. Right, I'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace out. Peace out. See you tomorrow afternoon. Qualifying in Abu Dhabi. Who's going to get it? My bet's on Nicholas Latifi. Let's go. See you tomorrow.